Traffic, more traffic, and the best traffic. Today with Onpassive, we are in that phase of traffic. And once you understand what Onpassive is doing with traffic, you're really going to understand the magnitude of what Onpassive is doing. Because really, everything that Onpassive does is reliant on the traffic they drive. And I can tell you that Ash Mufareh and his team, they're really, really good at driving traffic. And if we look at the 4 points of Onpassive that I like to go over, traffic really is the key to making everything work. And it's really, really important, whether you're new or whether you've been here for a while, you understand this dynamic. If we look at Onpassive as self-funding, you come in, you pay once, you'll never have to pay again. How does that happen within the structure of Onpassive? It's traffic. Once you come in, they're going to force you to be successful. How are they going to force you to be successful? Obviously, that means make money. It's traffic. Number 3, it is traffic. And traffic is the way they're going to build your team so that 1 and 2 will happen in your business. And then the last one is obviously the customer side of it, and that's a different dynamic. I will get into that a little bit. But again, it is traffic. If we're going to have 1 million people coming into Onpassive their first year, because the products are superior, they are that good. People will absolutely love them, and of course the way it's structured, as they get the products, the cost will go down and down and down until it hits 0, and then they'll actually start paying customers to use the products. But again, how do you get the customers into Onpassive? It's traffic. So traffic really is the key to everything we do in Onpassive. And it really is ingenious for Ash and his team not only to put the structure of Onpassive together, because it's absolutely dynamic, but add traffic to that. And because they're so good at driving traffic, it's going to be a really, really fun thing for everybody in Onpassive. Now, as we look at the GoFounder position, that's the early bird position. It's a $97 position. Ash and his team are going to start driving traffic for us, those individuals that have come in, paid the $97, and become GoFounders. This is such a big deal for all of us in Onpassive, and I really don't care that there are 83,000 people in Onpassive today as founding members. And when we look at that number, there are a lot of people that come in and they go, whoa, man, that's a lot of people. I think I've missed the boat. I just got in. How is he going to do anything for me when there are that many people in Onpassive already as GoFounders? Let me talk about that 83,000. It's probably going to be 100,000 by the time we launch to the world. So we'll talk about 100,000. As we look at 100,000 individuals at the GoFounder level, might even be more than that, and we look at that number of 100,000. 100,000 in the market that we're looking at is tiny. We haven't even touched the market, much less saturated the market. We are just getting started. And when you think about 100,000 people in Onpassive as founding members, or even 86 today, and I've had people comment that, well, everybody knows about Onpassive. No, they don't. People do not know about Onpassive. And that's why as we look at what Onpassive is going to be doing for the founding members, perhaps it goes from 80,000 to 160,000. Maybe Ash will come in and bring us in 1 founding member apiece as he starts running the marketing campaigns. And remember, once they start the marketing campaigns, it is an ongoing thing for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So it gets better, and I'm going to get into that just a little bit. But let's talk about the numbers. What if Ash brings us in 1? Obviously, if I've got 2,000 people on my team, he brings everybody in 1. My team goes from 2,000 to 4,000. If you've got 20, it goes to 40. If you've got 40, it goes to 80, and so on and so forth. But this is a really, really big deal because we are all placed in the company matrix, 3x10 force matrix. And it is one matrix that we all go into. And the matrix starts at the top, goes top to bottom, left to right. Actually, it's left to right for you. And it fills the voids as they're open, and it just continues to go down. And again, these marketing campaigns are going to go for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I mean, they're not going to stop. So wherever you are as a founding member today or tomorrow or next month, it does not matter. Our market is so large, it doesn't matter where you're at. What Onpassive is going to be doing is just going to be absolutely awesome for everybody. And whatever you do, if you're a great marketer or you're a beginner and you can't market at all, it doesn't matter, because Onpassive, they are going to come in, they are going to drive traffic, and they are going to build your business. They're going to build my business. They're going to build everybody's business. Now, if you're on our team, Marty, Dan, and my partners, I'm Mike Ellis. If you watched any of my videos, you know that what Marty, Dan, and I do is we cut time frames. And if we look at the 3x10 force matrix, and each one of us has our own 3x10 force matrix within the company matrix. And Marty, Dan, and I, we plan to build out our matrix in 365 days. So if you're on our team, just run the numbers, guys. We're going to cut time frames, not only for ourselves, but we're going to cut time frames for the people on our team. It doesn't really matter where you land right now. It just doesn't matter. Marty describes it as filling potholes. As we look at our matrix, we're just going to go through. If we find a pothole, an empty place, we're going to fill it, and we're just going to go down top to bottom, left to right, all the way down 88,000 people. That's not a hard thing to do because of the traffic Onpassive is going to be driving for us. And again, if he brings in one for all of us, again, my organization goes from 2,000 to 4,000. But if he brings in a half or a quarter or an eighth, I really want you all to understand that even if it's an eighth of a person for each individual founder in Onpassive, again, because they're going to be driving traffic continually, and we're talking about independent resellers of IT products, it doesn't matter what that number is, because when you start compounding that number, and again, Marty, Dan, and I, we've had 3 for over 15 months. Everything that comes in, it goes from top to bottom, and we've already got quite a bit filled already. So it's going to be going under the individuals below us. So it doesn't matter if it's an eighth or a quarter or a half. If it's one, that's absolutely phenomenal. If it's more than that, holy mackerel, Ash just hit a grand slam. But when you start to look at the numbers, and what I would recommend is you run over and you take a look at the comp plan, and you will see, if you look at the comp plan as if this is your comp plan, and everybody above you is just going to feed this comp plan. Everybody in your leg above you is just going to feed this comp plan. That's what's going to happen on our team. It's going to happen. It's what's going to happen with Onpassive. And because of the continual traffic, you can look at this matrix and you can kind of figure out, well, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months I'll be making 4,000. Maybe 5, 6 months I'll be making 11. Whatever it is, you can look at it and start to dream a little bit, but it will give you a realistic picture of what's going to be happening in Onpassive because of this phase of traffic that Onpassive is in. It's really, really dynamic. Now, let me talk about the customer traffic that Ash and his team are going to be running. Obviously, that's not going to happen until we launch to the world. But as we look at our market for independent resellers of IT product, it's really, really big, and we haven't even scratched that surface yet. But when we start to bring in the traffic for customers, our market all of a sudden goes to over 1 billion people. And it will continue to grow as Onpassive grows. But the amount of traffic that Ash and his team are going to be running for customers, it's going to blow your mind. And as we look at customers, and in my opinion, Onpassive bringing in 1 million customers into Onpassive, remember, all those customers, we get paid the same way. It's off of volume. And they get placed in the matrix. There are 88,000 people in this particular matrix. And if this were the company matrix, wherever you fall in there, remember, I believe the first year, this is just 1 year, 1 million customers will come into Onpassive. Why will they do that? They'll do it because the product line is superior. And the reason I gave before, customers, they'll come in, the cost of the product will go down over time, it will be zero, and the company will start to pay the customer. Customers are going to love what Onpassive is doing, not only because the products are superior, but because of how Onpassive treats them. The customer side of Onpassive, it is massive. And all of the GoFounders that are in Onpassive today, because the customer side of traffic is going to be so large, you can really start to dream today. And we are in the phase of traffic with Onpassive now. I believe Ash is going to announce when he's going to start running traffic, probably in the next few weeks. It's going to be very, very soon. And when he starts to do that, it's going to be very exciting for everybody in Onpassive. You know, when you look at Dan, Marty, and I, as we came into Onpassive, we saw the big picture right away. I mean, Marty, Dan, they just went, holy mackerel. The way we can help people with this is to build their teams, and the way to build their team is to run traffic. We're very, very good at what we do, driving traffic, scaling up, and getting people into our organization, Onpassive Nation. And that has happened over the last 15 months. It will continue to happen. But we will continue to cut time frames on our team. We will continue to drive traffic for our team, for the people on our team. And then you add what Onpassive is going to be doing. And I can tell you, it's one of the reasons there's an urgency with our team to get as many people as we can signed up. So when Ash and his team start driving traffic, it really is a benefit to everybody on our team. And that's why we always recommend, if you want to cut time frames and you're on our team, get to work. And what I mean is just share Onpassive with other people. I can tell you, based off of my own experience, that there are so many people that would love to have what you have. They just don't know what it is yet. And if you'll use the page that Marty makes for you, and again, these pages are just for the people on our team. So if you're on another team, please don't ask Marty to build those pages. He can't do it. There's just too many people. But if you're on our team, you want a page, have Marty build it. It has all your personal information in there, all your links in there. And all you have to do is share it with those people you care about. And believe me, the page will do the work for you. You don't have to worry about talking about Onpassive, because perhaps you're not ready to talk about Onpassive yet. But you can share it, put the page in front of them. I would recommend that you go over and take a look at the 2 videos I did that talks about how we introduce this to our warm market. And I'll put those the title of those 2 videos down below, and you can run over the YouTube channel and take a look at them. It's very, very simple. It's just a matter of asking people, would it be all right? Would it be all right if I sent you a page, have you review it? That's it. So traffic is the key. I believe, based on what I've seen, Onpassive is just absolutely better than anything I've seen online. Marty, Dan, and I are going to continue doing what we do. And our whole goal for our team is to cut time frames. And if you're on our team, you've already seen that we're doing that today. And we are going to do that while Onpassive is driving traffic. We're going to continue to build. What that will do is help everybody on our team cut their time frames. And what does that mean? It means that your bottom line, whatever that figure is that you're trying to make, will happen that much quicker. So traffic, absolutely essential for what Onpassive does. This is a really exciting time. Onpassive is going to start driving traffic in the next few weeks. They'll let us know. Ash is having a webinar Thursday. I'm sure we'll hear some things then. But get ready, because your team is going to start to grow, and you're going to see just how good Onpassive is and why traffic is the key for everything else working, as well as I believe it's going to work. So traffic. We're going to keep driving it. Onpassive is going to drive it. And yeah, let's get ready for just an explosion in Onpassive. And obviously, as we launch to the world, I think we're going to have a lot of happy people, not only in Onpassive, but on our team, Onpassive Nation. So that's it for today, guys. Just a quick update on traffic, how important it is, and how it's going to work in the future for everybody in Onpassive and everybody on our team. Take care, and we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.